Atanasta, Chapter 6 Alpha, page 77. This lesson is about the middle voice in the present tense. The middle voice endings have two parts. The first part is a vowel either in the O grade or the E grade. You see the O grade with an omicron exactly where you would expect it. The first singular, the first plural, and the third plural. Everywhere else you see the E grade with an epsilon. To this vowel, you add your middle voice present tense endings. My, psi, tai, metha, sta, ntai. And in the imperative mood, the second singular imperative middle ending is eso, and the second plural imperative middle ending is the. The infinitive ending is thigh. Now we do some contractions. There's a linguistic rule that says an intervocalic sigma, that is a sigma that appears between two vowels, drops out. This applies to the second singular indicative and the second singular imperative. So si, the second singular indicative, the sigma drops out and you get ei. Those vowels then contract to either give you a with epsilon iota or a with eta and iota subscript. In the imperative second singular, eso, the sigma drops out and epsilon omicron contracts to form u. Now let's apply these endings to a thematic verb. For our thematic verb, we'll be using the verb luo, to loosen. We want to make the middle voice present indicative and imperatives and infinitives. Let's add those endings. Lu omai, lu si, lu etai, lu o metha, lu esta, and lu ontai. Now our intervocalic sigma in the second person singular drops out, and the epsilon plus alpha iota contracts to give us lu a, or the alternative spelling, lu a. Beware that the second person singular middle indicative present tense looks exactly like the third person singular present active indicative. Equals in form second singular present middle indicative. Now let's look at our imperatives. We'll add the ending eso, the intervocalic sigma drops out, and epsilon plus omicron contracts to lu-u. The second person plural imperative middle looks exactly like the second person plural indicative middle with lu esta. And for the infinitive, we simply add our ending sthai. That ends part 1. Tune in to part 2 where we do the middle voice present tense for the epsilon contract and the alpha contract.